the rules and locking in. I want you to obey my commands at all times. I want you to protect yourselves at all times. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Good luck to both of you.
Biggest spot in the career for Carlos Prates. Packed house, and this Kansas City crowd is loving him. Asked this week for Ian Machado, Garry, and his headliner. He said, "I'm the biggest story no matter what card I'm on."
Okay, gentlemen, you ready? You ready?
But nobody's walking after him tonight. Touch of the gloves and we're underway. 5 rounds if needed. Machado, Garry's in purple. Carlos Prates is...
Rounds to work with here. I definitely expect these guys to take their time making reads here early in round 1.
And Machado, Garry thought Prates would start chasing him and that he'd run out of gas. We haven't seen him past the second round since we've seen him in the UFC. On his 11-fight winning streak, he's knocked out his last 10.
Over 100 fights of experience, though, between kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA for Prates. Got to imagine he's gone the distance at some point.
And Machado, Garry's shown off some grappling in recent victories, but said he wants to beat Prates where he's best and show that he's the better striker than the standout striker he's up against. Combination block by Prates on the kick. Oh.
Nice defense.
Yeah, but I like it. I like it from Garry.
He's got to mix it up.
Yeah.
As dangerous a striker as Carlos Prates is, Ian Garry is the more well-rounded mixed martial artist out there tonight.
Yeah, he's at least shown that. I mean, Prates did talk to us about his jiu-jitsu, and I think he said he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. But you're right, we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it on display yet.
100% takedown defense thus far in his career.
Body kick got through while Garry was throwing a combination up top. Then Garry goes leg kick.
Part of that is an objective to keep that left hand of Carlos Prates occupied.
And obviously with these high kicks that Garry throws, Ian Machado Garry, even just blocking those kicks for Prates, it swells up those arms. It makes it harder to make a proper fist. You can break it. But so far, Prates doing a good job of reinforcing the blocks, not just taking it square on the forearm, but it just takes one wrong one to really do some damage to that forearm.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the strike that he knocked Daniel Rodriguez out with. That head kick.
The crowd rising here for the final fight in Kansas City. Another hard kick up top for Machado Garry, and then goes midsection.
Yeah, staying really busy with that right kick. I like that from Machado Garry. He's fighting at his range. He's not rushing in. He's trying to force Prates to keep coming to him. And we've seen Garry slide out of the way and land beautiful counter shots.
Oh, yeah. And he's not getting trapped along the fence line either. That is typically where Carlos Prates gets his work done, is when guys kind of get, deer in the headlights, get pushed back.
Oh.
With a slip.
Oh.
Big shots,
that one got through. A big one from Machado Garry, and Prates just shrugs it off. We're through 5 minutes. Quick 30-second break. We'll be back.
That's Carlos Prates. Nothing to worry about. It's under the eye, so as long as it doesn't open up too bad, he should be fine.
We heard the tail end of the corner advice on each side for Prates saying keep those hands up, especially when you're down on the ground. Prates had a hard time landing. Just 4 significant strikes landed in the first round. Garry's putting numbers together as he approaches 20.
He's putting numbers together, and then he's out of the way of any of these shots coming back from Prates.
Beautiful timing on that single leg by Machado, Garry.
Good takedown defense from Prates.
He's a slicker guy.
Prates does a good job. He kind of lumbers in sometimes, and you think, all right, he's not even going to do anything, and that's when he lands some of his bigger shots. But there, Machado Garry's still going with that head kick, taking away that mean weapon of that left hand from Prates.
Yeah, Prates is blocking it, but the jab of Garry is definitely landing.
Oh, thought that was cup. He don't care. Nice little scooping uppercut there from Machado Garry.
Machado Garry just so good at understanding his optimal range. I mean, his ability to hit and not be hit. Say what you will, but I mean, he is such a high-level operator when it comes to fight IQ and just ring generalship, cage generalship, I should say.
Yeah, at some point, I mean, I know we're still only in the second round of a 5-rounder, but Prates has got to try to open up a bit.
He put some smoke on those last 2, but Garry's head movement was too good.
And apparently Prates' corner told him just now to stop playing around in there.
Halfway through round 2.
You know, I think when you haven't had a ton of long fights, there's a tendency to feel like, okay, I've got all this time to work with, but I would imagine the time slips by very quickly, and before you know it, you've given away a round, and then maybe you've given away 2 rounds, and then you got to go win all 3 if it's going to end up being a decision.
Exactly, especially in a fight like this where the pace isn't exactly really high, so you kind of forget that, oh, all right, yeah, we're already going to be in round 3 soon. Oh, there's a nice right hand there.
Garry still mixing it up as Prates tries to get inside. There's a left. But Machado Garry tricky with the movement, and then also those kicks that are just pushing back the legs of Prates. Now they go to the ground, and Prates, oh man, thought he was going to end up on top, but he chose to return to his feet. They continue to work from opposite stances with just over a minute to go in round 2. Look at him play with his hands low, right in his face.
Trying to bait him, but this is a dangerous game to play.
Yeah. Prates' defense holding up so far, but he's just not putting the offense out there.
Yeah, and if they keep doing this and there's some scrambles and this fight gets into that third, I'm really curious to see what Carlos Prates is going to look like cardio-wise.
We've never seen it.
Never seen it. And oh, wow, beautiful.
Oh, and then picked up after the head kick.
I mean, Garry's just operating at his pace perfectly, landing shots, mixing it up.
So far, he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do.
Yeah, he
which
said
is go
the
out
range.
there and really
He would just control the range.
control. Exactly. And we're coming up on 10 minutes, Paul.
I see. That'd be something else.
Prates able to skate out of the range of that spin kick. One more low spin. Damian Maia in his corner does Ian Machado Garry.
Let's go. First count.
Round 3 underway. Machado Garry has landed more strikes than Prates has thrown through the first 10 minutes. But perhaps Prates starts turning it on here. He's going to have to with 3 rounds left.
That's what Prates needs to do a lot more of.
Yeah, the kicking game from Prates has always been a cornerstone of setting up his striking, and he just hasn't really gotten that weapon out of the toolbox yet tonight.
And he's got to follow through with the rear hand. Oh, he's closer here.
Seems like he's not chasing it though. He's just trying to give him more to think
keep him
about.
thinking, yeah.
And it's working.
Guessing.
Yeah, you don't want to, but putting the idea into the atmosphere.
I mean, Prates has got to have some urgency. He's down 2 rounds.
Aim at his shoulders.
There's an uppercut.
Big uppercut.
The big one gets through for Garry. And when he throws out numbers, he's landed big, and then he's continued to add on to those combinations, and it's starting to pile up.
Prates needs to respond here. He's getting chewed up.
Yeah, he's getting picked apart right now. He's got to get some respect, and now he's going to get a takedown.
First time he's ever been taken down in the UFC.
Looking to take the back. He's going to get that wrist control.
Oh, he's got Prates in a really tough spot here. Oh, well done by Prates. Springing back up.
But again, he's making Prates work.
Oh, yeah. Prates trying to strip the grip here.
Turns to face him. Over, under. And now Prates working from the outside. Just over a minute to go, round 3. The male fighters out of the Fighting Nerds have started their UFC run at 19-0. Pending this outcome,
It's such an insane style.
Prates wants to keep the party going, but he's having all he can handle from Ian Machado Garry tonight. Direct hit, head movement. Garry escapes again. Just stifling the offense of Prates.
Just so fast.
So fast and then out of the way, and Prates just having trouble getting anything going, putting any combos. That timing on that. Knew that left hand was coming.
Final 10 of round 3. Well, Prates hasn't needed a judge's scorecard in quite some time. Coming up next, Karen Bryant joined by Alan Joban and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson to break down tonight's action on the post show. ESPN Plus. So Prates, his work cut out for him now. Ian Machado, Garry came over and said, "Sorry, Paul. I told you I was going to get it done in the third, and I didn't."
Yeah, you know,
He's still looking pretty good.
The fact that he's that aware inside of the octagon,
Right? So
to think
clear-minded.
that after the third round is pretty crazy.
That's a nice body kick there from Prates.
It's just not enough.
It's not.
He's not putting the numbers together to really fake.
Prates explodes out of that one. But Machado Garry's been steadily mixing things up. 7 takedown attempts. Got him to the ground twice.
Trying here for a third.
He's such a smart fighter, though. You know he's not going to exhaust himself. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, I move on to my other aspect that I'm dominating. And I mean, this is such a well thought out fight from Ian Machado Garry at this point.
Having a little stand on his calf there.
Yeah. Both feet on the right leg.
Going to try to drag him back and then maybe bump him forward and just keep mixing up which way he's going to try to go for these takedowns. He's going to get it.
Oh.
And again, just making Prates work and taxing that gas tank constantly. And then when they get back out into space, landing combinations, being busy. I mean, the strike count is not even close.
Yeah, not even close at all. And in those moments where it's not like Machado Garry's landing a ton of damage, but he is eating away at the clock and giving fewer and fewer opportunities for Prates to find a home for a big shot.
And you start to wonder, does Prates have that same kill shot power later into the rounds, like the fourth round here?
Under 2 to go as Garry fires another straight right to start that combination.
Oh, a little right hand gets through there for Prates. But again, no follow-up. He's got to try to throw when Ian Garry is throwing.
Yeah, Ian's putting together 3 and 4 punches, and Prates really up to this point has just been trying to pot shot him.
Body that time for Prates.
Now Prates putting on a little bit of pressure, but then again, smart. Garry just attempts a takedown. Gets the attention off of the striking, makes Prates defend.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. Every single time Prates starts to build and find a little bit of momentum in this fight, and he kind of brings that predator out, Ian Garry level changes and shoots on him. And even if he doesn't get the takedown, it stops the momentum of Prates.
Prates starting to get a little momentum, though.
Starting to walk him down a bit more.
There's a left hand.
Oh.
Combination lands. Machado Garry smiles it off.
Whoa, came close at that.
The crowd sensing something might shift.
That's it right there. I mean, right when he's trying to find his flow, Ian Garry just such a good job making him think.
I think Ian Machado Garry starting to get a little bit of fatigue.
He was covered a lot of ground in there. Oh, that horn was early. Minute and a half of the 4th round. Prates has immense respect for Ian Machado Garry. Says, I do believe he'll be the champion one day. but it's not his time yet. He's got 5 minutes to turn the tables and make it his time.
This is it. This is the one.
It's knockout
Finish
or
or
bust.
bust.
Yep. And Ian Machado, Garry's corner, don't want him wrestling early. They want him to save it for the end of the round. Because I think that's what's bothering him. I don't even think necessarily it's the gas tank, but you see him shaking his arms out a few different times throughout the fight.
Prates! Could he come back?
Oh, big right hand now. A little bit on the gloves. That was close.
We're keeping our eye on Ian Garry's right forearm, which might look a little swollen.
Does Prates know that?
Probably not. Another takedown attempt. Machado Garry has turned it up in that department through the start of round 5 and the latter stages of round 4.
Prates has got to break out of here as soon as possible.
Yeah, Prates' camp's trying to tell him in Portuguese about the arm of Ian Garry. They want him to take advantage of that.
Ooh, big left.
Time is ticking for Prates.
For that left high kick from Prates.
Another shot. Defended a bit more easily that time. Coming up on 3 to go.
Half a round left.
Prates is going to keep looking for that left high kick, targeting the arm.
Oh, and that was a right hand from Machado Garry. Follows it up with a jab. Shooting from further and further out. But he's bleeding the clock right now, just over 2 to go.
Prates needs to break out here. He can't allow Machado Garry to control this time and, like you say, Brendan, eat away at the clock.
And he's close to getting this takedown. He's on this single here. Prates has got to defend with urgency right now.
Machado Garry backs off. Window open for Prates to strike, and now Ian's going back to work.
Prates starting to look a little labored.
Yeah, he's getting tired. He's got to cut him off. He's letting Ian circle too much.
Whoa! Interesting development if he chooses to stay here.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea for Prates.
Well, if he can do that.
Ground and pound as we approach the final minutes.
Oh, heavy shots!
Carlos Prates has Machado Garry on the ropes.
He's got to go. He's got to go.
The door is closing!
He's got to go. He can't wait.
Garry face down, but he's got the ankle. 40 seconds to go.
He's got a hammer fist here. He's going to lose
land
position.
some ground and pound, some elbows.
Machado Garry trying to survive in deep waters. Final 30, it's a white knuckle ride.
He's got 20 seconds to finish this fight.
He backs off, 15.
He's going to lose a decision.
Oh my gosh!
One final shot for Prates. He never got it off. And that's how it ends. With Prates building momentum and Machado Garry hanging on. and it appears he's done so. What an ending to an epic night. We'll see how the judges saw this one when we come back. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 48-47, 48-47, and 49-46 for the winner by unanimous decision, the future, Machado, Garry.